damas y caballeros, mi nombre es Muhammad Arham y en este video les presentaré el país de Puerto Rico. Forgive my Spanish, my name is Muhammad Arham, and in this video I'm going to tell you about the country that produce beautiful woman. The country the capital in San Juan. Okay, I'm talking about Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is the beautiful country. When I think about Puerto Rico, I think about Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny is the most popular rapper in the world, popular Latinos rapper. When I think about Bad Bunny, I think about the song that's pretty catchy song that makes me terngiang-ngiang. His song is Soy un rey campeón busca el ti.
Soy un rey, campeón, busca el ti.
Okay, I'm going to tell you about the facts of Puerto Rico. The name of Puerto Rico comes from Spanish. When it ruled this region with its capital at San Juan, the name Puerto Rico, which means rich harbor, comes from all the gold the Spanish found in the island. Okay, the second fact, Puerto Rico is a self-governing Commonwealth of America. The head of state is the President of America. The head of government is a governor. Okay, the next fact is Puerto Rico is not a place for large wild animals. Okay, as we know, most of the animals are exotic birds and fish. Puerto Rico national bird is the Reina Mora, and the national flower is the Flor de Maga. The national tree is the Cheba or silk cotton tree. Okay, the next fact is Puerto Rico has the largest telescope in the world with diameter of 305 meters. And the telescope name is Arecibo Observatory, which is ready to predict asteroid that will hit the Earth. The next fact is Puerto Rican coffee is among the best coffees in the world, which is loved all over the world. In Puerto Rico today, there are more than 10,000 coffee plantations that produce more than 20 million pounds of coffee annually. Okay, the last fact is basketball, volleyball, and boxing are the most popular sports in Puerto Rico. Okay, I'm going to tell you about the culture of Puerto Rico. In Puerto Rico, cockfighting is allowed in Puerto Rico. like bullfighting, that is a typical Spanish culture. Cockfighting is a popular in Puerto Rico. In fact, every city has a special place for cockfighting. Cockfighting in Puerto Rico is considered a men's sport. The second culture in Puerto Rico is the drinking the local coquito during the holidays or during Christmas. Uh, it looks like eggnog, but is much sweeter and coconut based. Make sure to try some while you're there. Puerto Rican have traditions that are their own and love to share the experience with visitors. Okay, the next culture is in Puerto Rico, the people welcome with a kiss on the cheek. When they are talking, they tend to stand very close to the person they are talking to. Okay, the last culture is Puerto Rico's famous dance is salsa. A contagious dance inspired by Puerto Rico African roots. Bring your dancing shoes because the musical culture on the island is alive, vibrant, and too good to miss. Okay, I'm going to tell you about the food and drink in Puerto Rico. The traditional food. The first traditional food in Puerto Rico is name is mofongo. Mofongo is one of those staples that you can find just about anywhere in Puerto Rico. It's made with mashed fried plantains, lot of garlicky and and chi- and chicharron, which is fried pork skin. And the second traditional food is tripleta. Tripleta. If you're looking for a monster of a sandwich, then you have to dig into a tripleta. This Puerto Rico favorite is usually made with chicken, ham, and beef. It also can be stuffed with Swiss cheese, lettuce, ketchup, cabbage, tomatoes, onions, mayonnaise, and potato sticks. And a favorite drinks in Puerto Rico is coquito. Coquito, meaning is little coconut in Spanish. It's a traditional Christmas drink that originates in Puerto Rico. The mixed drink is made with Puerto Rican rum, coconut milk, cream of coconut, uh, sweetened condensed milk, vanilla, nutmeg, clove, and cinnamon. Okay, let's talk about things to avoid in Puerto Rico. Uh, Things to avoid in Puerto Rico. The first is making it solely a cruise stop. Many travelers first experience in Puerto Rico as a stop on a cruise. While we love cruising, the the first island of Puerto Rico warrants more attention than than just a 2 hour uh, 2 hour tour of all San Juan. A week or more on the island with excursions to the Arecibo Observatory, El Yanqui National Forest, and Fajardo will give you a full taste of the island of enchantment. Okay, next is relying on public transportation. Puerto Rico is easy to navigate, but it's not a place where you can regularly hop on the city bus and expect to get where you're going. While taxi and public transportation are easy enough to find in the heart of the city. Okay, the next is adhering to a tight schedule. Ever heard the phrase of island time? It applies here. Locals' laid-back attitudes means that nothing happen in a rush. Does that bar crime to open at 5 p.m.? Don't get frustrated if it's 5:30 p.m. and there's no painkiller inside. In fact, your trip to Puerto Rico will be best spent going with the flow. This is in the New York City where you'll have a calendar packet with Broadway curtain times and dinner reservation. Instead of stressing about sticking to your itinerary, take a deep breath and give on the beaten path spot a chance. Okay, the last is speaking only English. In Puerto Rico is a United States territory, but Spanish is the primary language written and spoken across the island. English is English is still widely spoken in many areas. So don't fret if your high school Spanish isn't published. That being said, your experience will be much better if you learn at least few pleasant pleasant pleasantries in Spanish, such as please, thank you, good morning or evening, and how are you, and so that. Okay, I think that's all about Puerto Rico. Uh, Thank you very much. Uh, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Gracias amigos. Goodbye.